everybody. By now, this is the end of our day. Can you believe it, Tom? We, as hosts of this International Stress Awareness Day, we've had a full day of interviews and authentic, really expressions and expertise of our experts. Now, how are we going to finish this day? Tom, I suggest we mention every expert again, but first I would like to say thank you to everybody who contributed to this International Stress Awareness Day 2017 with the team Speak Up and Speak Out About Stress. I want to thank everybody who registered up front. People got a lot of free gifts. I'm sure they agree. They got a lot of value out of it. I also want to thank everybody who spontaneously is now still watching or who is going to watch the replays afterwards. Thank you, everybody. And I first of all want to say thank you to my co-host, Tom, because Tom Meyers, who is an osteopath, I can tell you he doesn't only have the hands to do osteopathy, he also has a lot of knowledge and has done a lot of technology here. We've had both learning curves in this process, but I'm so proud of you, Tom. We've done a wonderful job, and this is not the first time, but not the last time. So what do you have to say about this?
Well, yes, thank you very much, Danielle, for co-hosting this first free online stress summit on International Stress Awareness Day. Thank you to all the experts that have contributed, and also, of course, for those people that have signed up. Thank you for signing up and for sharing this event. And I hope you will continue sharing them, because from tomorrow onwards, all these videos will be available online. And when you've signed up, you will get the link to all of them. And that is from tomorrow. Yes, fantastic experience. First time making a website.
Let's promise that, not the last one.
Not the last one. You know, the first time for creating this website and for editing videos and all of that. Yes, big learning curve, and I really loved it. And we continue. I think we're making something really great. And next year,
let's go global. We can make even more global in every country with this global summit. You know, so. We've got a lot of people who are willing to support us now and in the future. We want to thank UK Health Radio again. They have done a wonderful job, and until now they're still promoting, for us. So shall we start thanking all our experts? And maybe what is a good idea, Tom, we agreed on also letting know once again, the message, the words of wisdom that they had to give us and to the audience about Speak Up and Speak Out About Stress. So I leave you the honor to start with the first expert.
Okay. Yes, I think it's a great idea, because, we've seen all these experts give one-line piece of advice. Carol Spears, chair of the International Stress Management Association and a founder of this International Stress Awareness Day. She shared with us to know your purpose, have a vision, and take action. Oh, so important.
Okay. And then we've got another expert that I introduced to the world, which is Tom Meyers, osteopath, stress coach, and host of this International Stress Awareness Day. Now, Tom, your message was quite clear. Don't forget to take your body on your journey. What a wise one. I love it. Thank you for
that. Yes, very often forgotten. It's all about the mind. And I said, what about the body? Take your body on your journey. Take care of that vehicle for life. Yes. After that, you came on, and Danielle, and you say you are your best investment. Yes.
I think as an expert in conscious self-care and stress, I think it is important that people realize that you are your best investment. So And I think you've got the next one too. I think Nick Balthazar, was it Nick Balthazar?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Nick Balthazar, who wrote and directed the film Everybody Happy. Mm-hmm. And he talked about silencing your inner critic. Silencing your inner critic, meaning from that Twitter that's always negative to you, mm-hmm. silence it forever, or make it that it contributes positively towards your personal journey and stress management.
Okay.
And then we had Karina Stevens. Yes, another one of mine that I interviewed, Karina Stevens from Australia, mm-hmm. Author of The Stressless Revolution. She said, slow down, as this will determine your success. It's not about fast. It's about slowing down. It's about taking the time, doing things in a very mindful way, and going for your dreams, but really allowing time. And that comes back to my message in a way. Take care of your body, slow down.
Okay, now the famous Dr. Frank King, doctor in naturopathy and chiropractic, and he is the author also of The Healing Revolution. Now, it was an interesting interview, wasn't it? Because what he said, and I really like that wisdom phrase, was stress is meant for everybody to overcome. And it is true that, we often think that things are overcoming us. And it is important to turn it around and say that we can overcome things. Equip yourself to do the greater things. So that was definitely a very wise interview.
Definitely, because also in stress, when it shows you, that you've all reached the limit or reached like a barrier, or you overcome it, or maybe it's showing you that you need to take another direction. It's up to you, to take action into this, and when you know that yourself, then you will be able also, to see from, okay, this one is to overcome. This one, the stress will show you that you need to take a different action.
Okay.
So after that, I had Dana Ketels, who was on her boat. The interview was taken when she was on her sailing boat with her family in Fiji at the time. So that's why that video was a bit somber, and she just got out of the shower, authentic as she is. And stay close to yourself was her message. Stay close to yourself. After that, I had Stefan Vera. And Stefan Vera is a body language expert from Austria living in Germany. And he says, at least once a day, step out of the game. At least once a day, step out of the game and move. Basically what he's saying, is that, get a digital detox now and then. Build it into your day. Slow down. Work will always be there. But now and then, get off that chair, move around. I've got a bit of an anecdote about this I want to share with the audience because it's quite important. People that smoke, I don't saying that smoking is good, but they have a good habit. And it's that when something comes too much, when sometimes they feel that they're at a moment where things go difficultly, they get up, they have to go outside. Yes. So non-smokers, when they say I'm going for a breather, everybody looks up and say what? It's like, haven't you got things to do? It's like, how can it be that smoking, which is bad for your health, that 70% of lung cancers are caused by it, it's okay. Everybody agrees that's not a problem. And that when you say I'm going for a breather, that people look at you and say you're going to do nothing. Haven't you got work to do? It's like this sort of shortcut in people. This must change now. This is completely bonkers. So digital detox, Stefan Vera. Then you had somebody on about children.
I had Kai Graham, which is for me really an expert in stress with our children and our youngsters. And as I said before, for me that was important to have someone who talked about it. She did a very good job, and I loved her formula that she gave about E plus R is O, and that means the event plus the reaction is the outcome. That's how we normally live because people react to things. But she gave it a different shift and said the event plus the response is the outcome. Reaction and response is a big difference, and that is, you know, where the stress actually lies. Are you going to react or are you going to respond from conscious self-care, from within, from deciding what do I want to do with this and how do I want to respond onto this. So I really loved that interview. She has given us, she added some value for our youngsters and our children.
Oh, definitely. So E plus R is O is that kind of formula. Loved it. And then after that, you had
my
founder
amazing
of UK Health Radio.
Yeah, I had my amazing Johan Ilgenfritz that I'm still so grateful for everything he did for us. But he also gave an amazing interview because he definitely is also an expert in health. And he is going to bring with his radio soon to be produced. Now it's in the starting shoes as we talk. Is his live breakfast show, which is never done before, and he's going to do that on UK Health Radio. And I just want to give his phrase about health was health is a choice. Be prepared to be part of the process and do something about it. And he was also the one who said to change the reaction into the response. So we all agree on that same thing, that it has to come from the inside out. And I love that. So he was an absolute value into this whole, event. So I really thank him for that. But
yes, and thank you, Johan, for all the, for all the publicity on UK Health Radio and sharing it with your contacts. Really much appreciated.
Yeah, he's a man with a vision.
Oh, yes.
And after that, I had a lady with a vision because she is also a global leader in many, many fields. And she really is an inspiration for a lot of women all over the world. And her name is Teresa de Grosbois. And she is the author, speaker, and the chair of the Evolutionary Business Council. Really an amazing network. And so what she said as words of wisdom was, give yourself permission to take action on your dream. Because until you take action, you are just dreaming.
Isn't that lovely phrase? I love it. I really love it.
It's filling in with all our own, with your vision, with my vision. It's about being authentic. It's about going to find out who you are, what you want to do in this world. And that is proven to give you less stress. So you've got the next one.
Yes, but I just want to say something, about Teresa de Grosbois that, is really also a message to all of our speakers, because Teresa de Grosbois really, at the last minute, she agreed to replace somebody who couldn't at the end make it to our interview. And the spontaneity that she, within a short period of time, within a couple of hours, she said, okay, yeah, half an hour even. And I had the same, like with the people that I contacted, they wanted to take part. And I really, again, thank you so much for your willingness and for your straight away answering. It was amazing. I never thought that it was going to be, let's say it was easy. I contacted them and they answered, and it was the same for you, wasn't it? It was great.
But it says everything about you. It says everything about our energy, about our dream, about our vision, because that's how they responded. You see, we acted and they responded, and that's the outcome is here today. So
and I will say with Teresa de Grosbois message also, take action because, otherwise you're dreaming. Yeah. I had a dream. We had a dream. It started in July, and we took action, and that dream became today reality.
Yes.
In a very short period of time. So yes. So I had Gary Pastore, which is a actor and the person that made a film about his own struggle with stress, and that is De-Stressed. Absolutely wonderful film to watch. Also in view of the recent hurricanes and things like that in America and the Caribbean and so forth. So really, even though the film was made a couple of years ago, the message counts for today and what's happening in the world today. So he says, paying it forward.
Yes.
Do one thing a day for others. And it's scientifically proven that really helping others is helping yourself, and it contributes to lowering your stress levels and for longevity. So doing something for other people. Be careful though. Don't empty yourself. Don't empty yourself. Doing things for other people doesn't mean that you should forget yourself. So, but paying it forward, Gary Pastore. And then I had Anita Rogier, which is a Dutch lady living here in Belgium, psychologist. It's the only interview in Dutch, because Danielle and I are Belgian, and this is a Belgian contribution to International Stress Awareness Day. So we thought it's okay to put one person at least in Dutch in there. And so she sees stress and burnout as a break, as a natural break and an opportunity so that you can redefine and give meaning to your life. So stress and burnout as a sort of a handbrake so that you can look at your life and say, hey, where am I going? And you can redefine where you're going to go and give your life meaning. So, and I think the last two are for you.
Yes,
Danielle.
I just wanted to add onto the fact that it's true that we often only realize in a crisis that we need to change and take action and react and do something about our stress. But our purpose here with this day and this awareness day and to speak up and to out about stress is just to avoid that crisis. Why do we have to be in a crisis, dear audience, dear people? Why do we have to be in a crisis before we do something about our stress? So let's just encourage that. Now, I had a very special man in the ISMA world because Professor Stephen Palmer has been, in ISMA for many, many years. He's a psychologist, a biologist. He's the founder director of the Center of Stress Management in the UK, and a very well-known stress expert all over. And he had a very authentic interview with me, quite personal too. And he said, at the end of the interview that it is all about perception. Like Wayne Dyer says, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. He said, ask yourself, is this really that awful, a horror? Or is it just a hassle, a bad pain in the backside that I can do something about? So I really like that too. It's again a little bit together with that response. Hey? So we've got interesting wisdom every time that people shared. And then the last one, last but not least, because she was really, she couldn't stop talking. I could have interviewed it whole day, Dr. Kathleen Hall. She was extraordinary. I loved her to bits. And I loved the interview because it gave a bit of a confirmation on the whole spectrum of what we've talked about all day. And also, of course, with my personal message and your personal message, it's about self-compassion, self-love, self-acceptance, because that takes away a lot of stress. And also, and I want to, it's such a nice phrase to wrap this all up in a way, is that we are all in this together.
Yes, indeed, together. And that's, Danielle, why we also wanted to do something online to the world online is really coming together.
Yes.
But what I notice, after having watched all of these videos and all these interviews that we've made, it's that we really have a theme here. Yes. That connects everybody, and that is, that conscious self-care. Yeah. Really, when you look at every single message that we've now, summed up, every single interview, it's not about the exercises. Mm-hmm. It's not about, external things. Mm-hmm. We really talked all day, and every expert that has participated and shared their experience, it's all about us. It's about you as an individual, and to take care of yourself.
Taking responsibility.
And
Tom,
taking
that's
responsibility.
what we're talking about.
So and it's really the foundation. It's really, if you want to do stress management, that is the foundation. Everything, all the exercises, mindfulness, breathing exercises, yoga, all of these really are the tools.
Yes.
To on top of that foundation. Mm. And I think that is really wonderful to see that, underlying message of every single expert. And it's not wanted. Yes, it's not that something that we decided, but it's there. It really is so obvious once you watch them all.
I'm so happy that you mentioned conscious self-care, Tom, because I cannot not say this, that conscious self-care has been my message for years now, and it's only now this year that I've really branded it. For me, it is conscious self-care is such an important thing. So thank you for mentioning it, because that's my brand, conscious self-care. But it's all about, not about me, not about you. It's about our audience. It's about every single person that is listening, that has been listening in, viewing in, to all the people that are still to be listening in these things, because I think we're going to reach a lot of people in the coming months. And please, it's all about you.
It is indeed. It all starts, stress management, stress awareness starts with yourself. Mm. It's, getting to know yourself is so important. Knowing, what the barriers are, knowing what you have as potential, living your dream, not just talking about it, and it's not about immediately, changing your life and things. No, as has been said by one of the speakers, it's about small steps, including 5 to 20 minutes a day, and increasing that, and like a slow kind of changeover. And definitely, whatever you do, don't forget to take your body on your journey.
It's a journey. It's a journey. It's an inner journey, and take your body with it, but it's an inner journey for sure. Tom, thank you so much. Let's just close off this thing, and we'll see each other again, I'm sure. But we can already say to everybody, we hope to meet you again next year. Thank you for watching. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Carol Spears. Thank you, Johan, for the UK Health Radio. Bye-bye, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Take good care of yourself. Bye.